Good morning, Bande Matram. Welcome all of you. Here, the topic of discussion for this morning is on egoless self. Egoless self. We are continuing psychic transformation. It is part 3. Part 3 of the psychic transformation we are discussing from Savitri. Initially, we have seen supramental transformation. Here, we are going for psychic transformation. It is part 3. Egoless self. Definitely you have to be devoid of ego, get rid of ego. Ego is the, initially it was the helper, now it is the bar. I am talking of these people who are in this spiritual line. Ego was the helper for them, ego is now the bar. Ego is no way, you have to be devoid of ego, get rid of ego. Ego has no place absolutely in the spiritual life. And so far this psychic transformation is concerned, you must have the egoless self. Here in the course, a vacant consciousness watch from within. Vacant consciousness watch from within, empty of all but bare reality. Reality is capital R. A vacant consciousness watch from within, empty of all but bare reality. There was no will behind the word and act. No will behind the word and act. No thought formed in the brain to guide the speech. Nothing mechanical. Surface mind had no say. Mind has nothing to do. The self is the Lord. You are going for the discovery of the spirit. So you are going deep within. You are running into within. No thought was formed in her brain to guide the speech. No impersonal emptiness worked and spoke in her. No impersonal emptiness, but emptiness that is impersonal, worked and spoke in her. So everything has been changed. Most of the time, sometimes actually we have got the glimpse, but it's a faint glimpse, I would say. Faint glimpse, not 100%. It will be something like a faint glimpse. A vacant consciousness watched from within. There was no will, empty of all but a bare reality. No will behind the word and the act. Everything was going spontaneously with the guidance of this self. No thought formed in the brain to guide the speech. To guide the speech, no thought was born. We have already, we think of something and take the guidance. No thought formed in the brain to guide the speech. An impersonal emptiness worked and spoke in her. Impersonal emptiness. Emptiness, but impersonal emptiness. Personal emptiness you can find. Here inside, impersonal wideness worked and spoke in her. Everything was devoid of ego. No chance, no sin communion. Everything was almost perfect. Against your window writes the next step, constant vigilance. You have to be. You have to be. Because we don't know what really we are doing. And most of the time we feel we are calling, there is no problem. We are calling. The call is there. Response is also there. Answer is all sincere prayers are granted. It is also answered. But the problem lies somewhere else that we are not constant. We are not vigilant. But here, when once you have gone for this transformation, so you have to be vigilant, constant vigilance, and strong will required to reject desires. Desires will be coming again and again, often and often it will be coming, it will be disturbing you. But strong will required to reject the desires. To reject desires, strong will is required. Constant vigilance and strong will. Both are very much prominently required. You have to get the essence. These are also required when you are going. And we'll try to quote few lines here from Savitri. It is very interesting to see how it is really working. Then, looking to know where the intruders came. Intruders, you don't know how they will come, from which angle they will come, how will they come. Looking to know whence the intruders came, confident of entrance and the visa seal. They will rush, confident, will go. Like I will give you an example. See, presently we had got news. Bombay Harbor is the hub of this gold theft and gold business. Everything is coming through that port. But how, these people are unable to know. Vigilance department is there. So many ways it has been very, people are very much prominent. Now, they are in billions, you can find. Billions. Every day you feel some query is there, some seal is there, from here this ganja, this charas and all, these medicines. You can have this department, police, these are they are seizing. How it is coming, just imagine. Now itself you can, then another great news was there. Yeah, in that the fertile fields where actually this agriculture is going on. Inside you can find ganja is being cultivated. Nobody gets the really what really it is being happening there. Inside this, so many ways we find some Naxalites and all. They are staying deep in the forest. Nobody is, this is not accessible. Outer people and this vigilance department, police, even this paramilitary force, they are unable to enter there. Inside you can see acres of lands we have been, but that ganja farming is going on. This is what is happening instead of all, because vigilance, it is, they are simply unreachable. Lack of vigilance. So things are going in negative way, negative direction we can find. Here also still in the course, then looking to know whence the intruders came, whence, from where, how they came. Confident of the embrace and the visa seal, it came to the silent city of the brain. Silent city of the brain. It is nothing like a ganja, because it is whatever we are reading, it is the matter of the silence, inside story. Story of insight. Confident of entrance and the visa seal. Nobody will check because it is fair. This is the matter relating to the psychic way. So nothing. Confident of entrance and the visa seal. It came to the silent city of the brain. Silent city of the brain it came. Towards its accustomed and expectant way. It accustomed. It is accustomed, but we were not that much serious. We could not be able to understand. Towards its accustomed and expectant way, but made a bearing wheel a blow of force, and sank, vanishing in the immensity. Coming, but still then it is not that much admired, not that much accepted, because we know to some extent. Means it may be very much feasible and possible, very much possible and feasible that we know something. At least we are querying. Nobody is going. At least some few people like you, they are in quest. They are going. They are coming towards the accustomed and expectant way. It is there, but made a bearing wheel that bars, bearing wheel, a blow of force, not to make it rush in. Once it rushes in, the situation and the scenario will change. It will take charge. Things will be bound to change. So why? Na rahegi bans, na bajegi bansuri. Why this will exist at all? They will rush inside at all. Why? Then and the second scenario it will happen. And sink ravishing into the immensity, vanishing into the immensity. The next step is very much interesting about the subconscient living. The subconscient and inconscient to be completely cleansed and illumined for radical transformation. Because they are in the nether plane, packed with this darkness and all, obscurity, darkness. So what we have to do? Subconscient and inconscient to be completely cleansed and illumined. Completely cleansed and illumined for radical transformation. Radical transformation. This transformation we are not talking theoretically, or only we are confined to the words. You have to go deep within. Subconscient and inconscient to be completely cleansed and illumined. Cleansed means it is in obscure, non-clean. Second, the illumined. Naturally, these two planes you can find the darkness, obscurity. That have been illumined. Purpose is what? For the radical transformation. For the radical transformation to take place, subconscient and inconscient to be completely cleansed and illumined. That's what Sri Aurobindo quotes. Nothing is wholly dead that once had lived. Three type of Agnyagri, volcano we have seen. One is dead. It is not expressing its forms. It is already dead. No chance of any eruption further. So nobody is worried. There is no fear of its eruption. Second category, that is living, alive. Anytime you can find in between, you can find that eruption is there. And the third category that is most dangerous, you can see. What is that? That is sleeping. Now itself you feel there is nothing, no reaction, no eruption. And anytime you can expect, you don't know, you are not expecting anything. Anytime there will be eruption. And people who are sitting upon that must be blasted out. So here in the courts, these things have to be cleansed and illumined for the radical transformation. And the direct wording that the golden lines I am going to quote before you, nothing is wholly dead that once had lived. That once had lived, nothing is wholly dead. In dim tunnels of the walls, being and in hours. In dim tunnels, dim, why it is dim? Because they are darkened, obscure. In dim and tunnels, inside the dim tunnel and there is dimness of the walls being and in hours. The old rejected nature still survives. It is something like a slept volcano, sleeping. You don't know. Things are there. Dead is completely dead, no chance of eruption. Living is there, it is there. Anytime you can expect it is coming. It is coming. It is a regular phenomenon. But the third is your sleeping. You don't know you are sleeping before sleeping on it. You have constructed your buildings and all. Anytime it can blast and you are blasted out. If it erupts anytime, it will be blasted out. So old rejected nature still survives. Still survives. You can find the spot. You can spot it. Still survives. Old, rejected. You have rejected. Very old initially. Those nature still survives. The corpses of its slain thoughts raise their heads. Corpses, dead forms of the slain thoughts that were slain and buried under the corpse. What they do really? Raise their heads. And visit minds nocturnal while wax in sleep. So that's what, all around. Nocturnal wax in sleep. You can't imagine. You can't dictate also. Your power to detect of detection. It will fail. You don't know when it will come. And visit minds nocturnal wax in sleep. Visit like a radiant hidden visitor. It can come at any moment, and it can take you to its to its embrace. So you can be hijacked. It's stifled impulses. Breathe and move and rise. Slowly. Coming in the night because you are not night nocturnal. You have seen nocturnal. The term is used. Nocturnal walks in sleep, raise their heads, still survives old dejected nature. And it is stippled impulses, breathe and move and rise, breathe and move and rise. All keeps a phantom immortality. A phantom immortality, it is there, painted. But still you can find, you can see. So you have to be very much vigilant. That's what initially it is told. You have to be vigilant. Vigilant, otherwise, you don't know where you will be. Constant vigilance and strong will, these are the requirements. Because anytime it can cross in, it can, anytime you disturb it, anytime you can, tapasya of the 12 hours will vanish in a couple of seconds. Thank you for now. We'll discuss in the next class.